Yep, that's me. This is what the beginning of 2023 season looked like. Frankly, what most of my races looked like since I started back in 2018. I usually finish most of my races in the mid-pack, just outside of top 10 out of 20 to 30 bikes. Competition seems tough year after year, and when I make one step of improvement, everybody else seems to make two steps. This was a big problem since I can't seem to get into the top 10. I knew I had to make a change. Fortunately, 2023 I saw huge progress with my riding, and I wanted to share some information on what contributed to the improvement of my riding. What is up, YouTube? We're back here at Raels Garage. We're working on the bike, but I wanted to talk to you about something that perhaps may help you with your riding. A little backstory: for the past few years I've been racing that blue bike over there in stock form, and as I progressed through my riding, I would slowly upgrade each individual part as I see fit. And I want to talk about a few of those parts that I upgraded and how and why it benefited me. First part I wanted to highlight is the Brake Master. So this is a Brembo 19x18 Brake Master, purchased used off of Marketplace. I was using the OEM R6 Brembo Master, then later switched to an OEM RSV4 Brake Master, which was also a Brembo. The issue I was having was that the brakes kept getting spongy. No matter how much I bleed the brakes, it would get spongy, especially at the later stage of the race. I also noticed it at round 2, when I was behind a pro rider, Sebastian Hotanza, that he was braking much deeper than me. Of course, he was a far better rider, but the difference was huge from where he brakes compared to mine. Then I started using my ZX6R for the first time right around round 3. I acquired this bike back in winter, but I was in the process of ironing out some of its bumps. The ZX6R has the Brembo RCS 19, and I saw firsthand how impressive it was under braking. I could brake so deep with that bike that if I hop back on the R6, I would end up in the grass if I use the same braking marker. I'll talk to you about the ZX6R on another video. But after back-to-back comparison between my OEM Brake Master and the Brembo Brake Master, the difference was huge. I understood how other riders could brake much deeper than I can. So what the Brembo 19x18 brought to the table was more consistent brake, stronger bite of the pads, and no brake fade. Because of its consistency, it allowed me to gain a lot of confidence under braking and really help improve my riding. The next part I wanted to talk about is the sprocket. And I think this is another one that really added a lot of value to my riding. So for the longest time, I was using a stock 45 teeth, I think this is it. A stock 45 teeth rear sprocket for the R6. And I did put in a 15 teeth front. This was a 525 sprocket and 15 front and 45 rear. So that's what I was using for the longest time on that blue R6. Well, one of my weaknesses has been my corner exit. Whatever gain I get under braking or mid-corner are gone by corner exit. This was frustrating, especially when I'm up against bikes that have much higher horsepower than mine. So I upgraded to 520 chain with 47 teeth rear and 15 teeth front midway through 2023 season. Originally, I was on the fence about doing this upgrade since I wasn't sure if it will bring more value versus cost to my riding. Luckily, with the support of First Throttle, he made it possible to make this upgrade happen. It took several sessions to get used to the new gearing since my engine braking had changed as well as my RPM. But overall, I think this upgrade brings a lot of value. It allowed much better drive out of corner and helped close the gap against bikes with higher horsepower than mine. I was getting more drive out of corner exit, resulting in higher speed down the back straight. Let's talk about another upgrade that really made a difference. I know these are like small upgrades, really. Like, it's something that really doesn't cost you a lot of money, but it makes a huge impact when it comes to improving your riding. So another upgrade that really made an impact on my riding is the clip-on. For the longest time, where the hell is it? Oh, it's right here. For the longest time I was using the OEM clip-on, which is right here. Now this comes to rider preference. This is generally how the OEM would be set up. As you can see, it's a lot more angle down, which is fine. Some people like that. But more importantly, it's short, much shorter than a clip-on, an aftermarket clip-on. So I went with a straight because I like the lateral movement, as opposed to this where your lateral movement is more of like a downward lateral movement, whereas here is a lot more pressure on the lateral. So what it does is it allows you to have better leverage when you're turning the bike. It comes very useful when you have those quick turn chicanes or where you need a quick shift of direction. That's where this one shines, because you have far more leverage from the edge of the handlebar versus here where you're starting very close to the triple tree. Whereas here you have far better leverage. It's less physical when it comes to riding and turning the bike. So that made a huge impact on my riding. Let's put that aside. Let's go and safety wire this onto here. I think that's okay. That's gonna get cut anyways if we need to open that. It's not a big deal. See, my whole concept of racing, at least how I approach it, is I'm trying to race at a cost-effective, only upgrading parts that I see that I need relative to my skill level. And let's face it, a stock setup R6 is more than capable for 90% of riders out there. Already a stock setup is way more bike for an average Joe. The next upgrade that I want to talk about is the rear set. This one's a Vortex rear set, and for the longest time I was using an OEM, I believe, like this, right here, like an OEM. This would be like the other side, but you get the point. So an OEM rear set. Now, the problem with the OEM rear set is, one, it's not adjustable, which is fine. Some people, they don't mind it. I mean, I race with OEM rear set for the longest time. When I did my first race in the wet, that's when I realized that I really need a better rear set. Because what happens is, with this pegs, with this OEM peg, this in the wet is extremely slippery. And when you're in a racing condition, it is super dangerous. As you transition your body, you could easily slip your foot off of this. In the dry, if you don't mind the ergonomics, it's fine. Another benefit is that the aftermarket one holds up much better in a crash. This one, I've seen this snap here, or shear this one off, or shear one of this off. So this one crash, it's gone. You're gonna have to replace it. With these, they actually have a break-off point. Like if you see here, there's a notch where that will shear off, but you'll still be able to go and ride the bike. For me, in my opinion, the most benefit you're gonna get out of it is the grip and the ergonomics, as well as the survivability of the pegs after a crash. Overall, what the rear set has brought to the table is a more stable footing as I transition the bike into a lean, and holding that corner due to more comfortable ergonomics, allowing me to hug the bike better mid-corner.
Last time I did this, I got in trouble, so first of all, I want to thank my wife and my kids for letting me do this 6 times out of the summer.
Place number 85, Andrew Alcantara.
Obviously, the following upgrades I've mentioned isn't the key to improving lap time, but it did in some way or another contributed to the progress throughout the 2023 season. I'm still a long way from being a fast rider. There's still lots of work to be done. And I'm hoping I can build up on what I've learned from 2023 into 2024. I hope you guys find value in this video, and I will leave you the last 2 laps of the last race of 2023. And thank you for your time.
Daddy's number 1 right now? Oh my god.
Daddy, the person on front of it.
Oh my god, Daddy passed James. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know, but this is the last lap and Daddy's on the first place. Oh my god, so close. So close.